हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू टुडेज सेशन। आज के सेशन में हम लोग करने वाले हैं अभ्यास। अभ्यास ऑफ व्हाट? odd one out questions. So guys, yesterday's session we had a look at the odd one out concepts. In today's session we're going to focus on odd one out के practice exercises. Now what is the significance of this Abhyaas batch? In this Abhyaas batch, guys, Abhyaas means practice. We are going to practice all the essential areas of VARC. Be it para jumbles, para summary, para completion, author's position, essence of the text, restatement, रीडिंग कॉम्प्रीहेंशन, क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग, इन सारे के सारे एरियाज की हम लोग प्रैक्टिस करने वाले हैं इन दिस अभ्यास बैच. I meet you daily live at 5 p.m. on YouTube. Okay, so guys, I want everybody to join the group Unacademy_Ritu Dudhoria without fail for your complete preparation of the VARC section. So guys, in this video you will get a preview of how I solve odd one out questions. और उसके बाद जब आप लाइव क्लासेस ज्वाइन करोगे, आप इंटरैक्ट कर पाओगे, आप अपने डाउट्स पूछ पाओगे, एंड इट विल बी अ होल टुगेदर ऑल टुगेदर अमेजिंग एक्सपीरियंस. सो रिमेंबर, लाइव एवरी डे एट 5 p.m. So guys, join the group Unacademy_Ritu Dudhoria for your complete preparation of the VARC section. These are the up and coming batches: 30th June, 3rd July, 7th July. So guys, 7th July ko there is an excellence batch of which I am a part of. This excellence batch, guys, has amazing educators like Nilanjan sir, Bharat Gupta sir, Ritu Dudhoria and Akash sir. In this batch we're going to focus on I can call it as a crash batch. In this batch we're going to एकदम crash में एकदम सारे के सारे concepts और सारा practice exercise आपका revise हो जाएगा. VARC में, guys, I will be focusing on para based questions this month, that is in July, and next month May I will continue on with critical reasoning and reading comprehension. So in 2 months May, that is July and August, if you take the plus subscription, guys, before 7th of July, you can be assured that your VARC part will be taken care of. Para based questions, para jumbles, odd one out, para summary, para completion, essence of the text, right, reading comprehension, critical reasoning, all of these areas will be covered in the excellence batch. So just what are you waiting for? Use the code RITUMBA and join in. And these are the plans, guys: 6 months ka subscription, 12 months ka subscription, 24 months ka subscription, iconic subscription. You get a personal mentor who are top B school graduates, and they take you through your entire preparation of the verbal ability, not just verbal ability, LR, DI, Quant, VARC section. ठीक है गाइस, तो आपकी पूरी की पूरी प्रैक्टिस हो जाती है, पर्सनलाइज्ड गाइडेंस मिलता है, रिपोर्ट्स मिलते हैं, एनालिसिस ऑफ मॉक्स मिलता है, recorded sessions in case you miss out the live sessions, and the best educators from across the country. Guys, I hope you're all convinced about the quality of education that you see. जो आप YouTube सेशंस अटेंड करते हो, स्पेशल क्लासेस अटेंड करते हो, तो प्लस के बारे में तो आप you can it's anyone's guess, right? So do use the code RITUMBA and take the subscription really soon. Now this is something which is very exciting, guys. This is a new feature that Unacademy has brought on for all you YouTube viewers. So this is called Bugs Bounty. Okay, throughout the session, if you see any inappropriate content, या आपको कोई भी you find any bug, all you have to do is you can bring it forward. Okay, and if you're the first one to report this issue, you can claim your prize. ठीक है guys, so एकदम attentive रहना, because there are very exciting rewards that you can win if you find any bug, any inappropriate content in any session. Okay, so do report it, and the form is present in the description. Okay, this feature rolls out from 1st of July. So excited, right? Amazing feature, guys. Come on, let's get started. So guys, yesterday हमने concepts को देखा था, odd one out के क्या concepts होने चाहिए. Let me quickly take 5 minutes and revise these concepts for you. Okay, so जो basic odd one out होता था, guys, that is before 2017, जो you had basic odd one out questions. Basic odd one out questions were more of apples and oranges, that is keyword based approach. Okay, 4 sentences gives me this particular keyword. The 5th sentence does not mention this keyword, so 5th sentence is the odd one out. 4 sentences talk about apples, 1 sentence talks about oranges, so the sentence which talks about oranges is the odd one out. This is a very basic odd one out approach, एंड दीज टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस 2017 से पहले अगर आप ये टेक्निक यूज करते तो देयर वर चांसेस दैट यू कुड लैंड अप विथ योर राइट आंसर. But students don't understand that nowadays odd one out questions are not the basic type of questions. अब जो odd one out के questions हैं वो advanced odd one out questions है. Now when I say advanced odd one out questions, these strategies work better. If you still stick to the keyword approach, you will end up getting your answers wrong. 2017 was an excellent example or a reminder of this fact. So now there are other bases that we need to look into. So it's very important, guys, to build the logical sequence. It is very important to build those links. हमको links, sentences को link करना पड़ेगा. Okay, 3-2 form a subset. 4-1 form a subset. ये 5 कहीं नहीं बैठ रहा है. I'm not able to fit it in anywhere. It is an independent statement. Okay, this statement is inconsistent with the theme of the passage. The rest of the passage talks about, the benefits of, the rest of the passage talks about, let's say, the benefits of eating, the benefits of Ayurveda. 5 talks about the origin of Ayurveda. It's not consistent with the theme of the passage. So it's very important to understand the theme of the passage, the crux of the passage, the central idea of the passage. So guys, I've explained all of these points in detail in the odd one out lesson 1. Please make sure that you go through it. एक बार ये points याद रख लो. It's very crucial, guys, to understand that there are only 2 approaches by which any person can frame an odd one out question. They take a paragraph from an article, split it into sections, okay, and then they take one sentence from the same article but a different para, and that comes as your odd one out. It's a statement from the same article but not from the same para, okay. और what they do is they take a paragraph, उसके जो main keyword है उसको search करेंगे, Google करेंगे, वो keyword से उनको कोई और article या sentence मिलता है, उसको डाल के odd one out question बना देंगे. So either it is going to be a statement from the same article but not from the same para, or it is going to be a statement which cannot be linked. It is an independent statement. It is inconsistent with the theme of the passage or the purpose of the passage. It contradicts the other statement without justifying it. Okay, it is a statement जिसका contribution सबसे कम है. Remember the friends वाला example I told you, out of the 6 friends, who do you feel has the least contribution or stands as the odd one out? You all tell me, ma'am, the answer is Phoebe. So that's, you have to find your Phoebe, correct? Or guys, what happens is, suppose you get an arrangement and you're not able to figure out which statement is your odd one out. Chances are it could be the last one out or the first one out. Why last one out? It may be a statement from the next para. It may be related, but it may be a statement from the next para. तो उसको निकाल देंगे. Or it could be a first one out also if it does not contribute anything. If it is dispensable, इसको निकाल देंगे तो भी मेन आइडिया जो है वो डिस्टर्ब नहीं होगा. 2 को नहीं निकाल सकते क्योंकि 2 1 की पेयरिंग है. 2 नहीं होगा तो 1 भी नहीं होगा. 5 को नहीं निकाल सकते क्योंकि फिर 4 फिट नहीं होगा. 4 अगर 5 है तो ही 4 है, 4 है तो ही 5 है. सो अब निकालोगे कौन सा? फिर आप 3 को ही निकालोगे. Okay, so it's all about links, it's all about combinations, and whichever statement does not fit in anywhere, or whichever statement is the that statement becomes the odd one out. ठीक है? तो guys, कल के क्लास में हमने 6 questions, 7 questions practice किए थे. So come on, now let's try out other question types. Okay, now let's try out other question types. Come on, question number 9 on your screen. This is an interesting question. I will give all of you 1.5 minutes to try this out, and then we will discuss it. Go ahead, guys. It is very important to frame those links. Links are very crucial. Come on, everyone, try this out. Come on, come on, come on. Frame the links, find out the least consequential statement. Odd one out questions की weightage होती है, guys. 3 to 4 questions in the examination can come from the odd one out chapter. guys, focus. Which statement is not a part of the paragraph? Which statement is the odd one out? Understand the language clues, understand the logic clues. Come on, everyone. Okay, I hope you've built a couple of subsets. I hope you found out the sentences which definitely should feature in the paragraph, without which the main idea of the paragraph would fall apart. Okay guys, चलो इस क्वेश्चन को एनालाइज करते हैं. Okay, when it comes to low population growth, Kerala competes with Europe and the US, and all but 2 districts of the state have a lower fertility rate than that needed to maintain current population levels. So guys, a low population growth. Okay, 2 districts have a low fertility rate. Okay, and that is why they cannot maintain the current population. Yet today Kerala is a straggler economy, almost entirely dependent on tourism and remittances sent back by 2 million of its people who live and work abroad. Okay, this talks about today. The old change agents like the Christian church and their missionary organizations, सोशल रिफॉर्म मूवमेंट्स, ठीक है, ये बात कर रहा है क्रिश्चियन चर्च की एंड मिशनरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की. And thanks to pioneering land reforms initiated by a communist government in the late 1950s, the levels of rural poverty here are at the lowest in India. This is positive. All this happened because of region's early trading connections with the West and a long history of social reforms initiated by the missionaries and kings of 2 princely states. ठीक है guys, now अब हमको यहाँ पे links बनाने हैं. I'm sure all of you understand कि the entire passage, see, ये हमारा opening sentence नहीं हो सकता. 3 cannot be your opening sentence, 4 cannot be your opening sentence, 5 cannot be your opening sentence. Definitely your opening sentence has to be 1. It also mentions the state and the context. You're talking about low population growth. Now, low population growth क्यों है? All this happened because of various social reforms. It happened because of the policies of the missionaries and the kings. It happened because of early trading connections. Okay. Now, इसके साथ साथ guys हम लोग ये भी लगा सकते हैं 4. These 2 are the positive reforms or changes or impact जो केरला में देखने को मिला in the past. Land reforms, rural poverty rate here means in Kerala are the lowest in India. So ये positive हो चुका है, correct? ये positive हो चुका है. Now, despite having the lowest poverty, rural poverty rate and land reforms and social reforms and trading connections, all of which in the past, yet today, अभी भी, फिर भी, yet is a contradictory term. Yet today, Kerala is a straggler economy. It's dependent on tourism and remittances. It is not self-sufficient. It is dependent. It is dependent on its diaspora. It is dependent on people who are living outside, NRIs, and it is dependent on tourism. Despite all of these reforms, it's still dependent. So 1542 अगर हम देखें तो एक लिंक आ जाता है. But if you look at the statement 3 guys, this talks about Christian church and missionary. Okay, it does talk about social reforms, but those are mentioned here as well. Various caste groups, trade unions, political parties are acting merely as pressure groups to defend the status quo or to extract the maximum possible share of a cake that is not increasing in size. Which size, which cake, which share are you talking about? Christian church. This is too specific and it does not look like it is consistent with the theme of the passage. That is why guys the answer option is 3. ठीक है, तो 3 जो है ये हमारा odd one out हो जाता है इस passage में. Okay, I hope and the rest, the remaining sentences can be arranged as 1, 5, 4, 2. I hope this is clear guys. Come on, let's go to the next question. Come on, next question is on your screens. Come on everyone. Let's take different types of questions guys, जहाँ पे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिले. इस question में trust me there is a very important basis that we are going to understand. Come on everyone. Come on everyone, frame the links. आपको यहाँ पे it's very important to identify language connections guys. Language connections are stronger than logic connections. Language connections are stronger and more crucial. Come on everyone. Okay, let's try this out. So even when we scroll down through news websites, we find the visual medium to be more captivating than ever. Okay, so this talks about the visual medium is captivating. But this is not how the quote has come down to us. As a novelist, I cannot buy into Ibsen's claim that the deed is greater than 1,000 words. Deed matlab action is greater than 1,000 words because I believe that the word is a deed as well. 1,000 words leave not the same deep impression as does a single deed. Henrik Ibsen once wrote. So देखो हमको 4 और 2 का 4 और 3 का connection दिख रहा है यहाँ पे. Okay, I'm not saying that 4 and 3 is a subset and they should come immediately next to each other, but there is a connection. This is talking about Ibsen's quote and the author. 3 talks about whether the author agrees with it or the author disagrees with it. A picture is worth 1,000 words, we say, courtesy of a 1921 ad campaign run, ironically in Printer's Ink magazine. Okay guys, now अब इसको इस पूरे passage को analyze करते हैं. ठीक है? Now, if you look at this guys, okay, let's I'm going to solve this in 2 methods. Okay, so please listen to this. 1,000 words leave not the same deep impression as does a single deed. Okay, let's start with 4. Let's start with 4. According to 4 guys, I'm not saying this is the opener. Let's start with a quote because there are 2 statements which talk about the quote, right? So let's begin with this. 1,000 words leave not the same deep impression as does a single deed. According to this, the deed is more important than 1,000 words. A deed or an action is more important than 1,000 words. Okay, but this is not how the quote has come down to us. But this is not how the quote has come down to us. We do not, मतलब हमको ये relevance, हमको ये we do not identify with this quote. The popular belief is popularly people do not think this way. Popularly, how do people think popularly? People think that a picture is worth 1,000 words. We say this is how it has come down to us, or this is how we believe. As a novelist, I cannot buy into Ibsen's claim. So 5 and 3 in a way say that yes, we cannot buy into Ibsen's claim. This is not how the quote has come down to us. 5 and 3 are both against the quote. Or 5 and 3 don't support the quote. Henry Ibsen once said that 1,000 words are not sufficient. They don't leave the same deep impression. But this is not how the quote has come down to us. We do not buy into Ibsen's claims. Now, if you understand this, if you look at statement number 1, ठीक है, आपको order नहीं समझ में आया, आपसे वो exact links नहीं बने जब आप solve कर रहे हो. Still, guys, there is one more thing that I want you to look into is the theme of the passage. Even when we scroll down through news websites, we find the visual medium to be more visual medium. Now, the entire passage talks about the word and the deed, the word and the deed, the word and the deed. Now, when you say visual medium, which visual medium are you talking about? News websites. So means because. तो ये जो है वो theme से inconsistent है. It is not fitting into the theme. And that is why our odd one out in this odd one out question is going to be 1. Clear, guys? I hope everybody understood this. Come on, let's go to the next passage. Come on, guys. Next question on your screen. Come on, everyone. ये 4 sentences का है. तो you know, relatively थोड़ा easier होगा links बनाना. Try this out, guys. Come on. Come on, everyone. Try this out. Please focus on these language clues, rather what it demands. Gagging, in a way weakening, suppressing. Come on, everyone, try this out. Let's frame those orders. Let's build those subsets. ठीक है गाइस, आपको यहाँ पे सिर्फ इस इस ऑड वन आउट क्वेश्चन में हमको यहाँ पे सिर्फ थीम देखना था. ठीक है गाइस, आई वांट यू टू लुक एट दीज कीवर्ड्स. दिस टॉक्स अबाउट ruthless suppression. Correct? It talks about ruthless suppression. This talks about lawless, near criminal, greed driven. Okay, ये भी बोल रहा है tyrants. Correct? You're talking about tyrants. So if you look at this, 1, 2 and 4 are talking about tyrants or suppression. But 3 talks about anthropologist, studied, Nair, matrilineal. It's talking about a completely different idea. क्या किया है इस odd one out में? एक टेक्स्ट को लिया है, उसको गूगल किया है और आपको एक सेपरेट लाइन दिया है which has no consistency. Practices seem to change from family to family. Which practices are you talking about? So that is why the odd one out in this question is 3, because it is inconsistent with the theme of the passage. Come on, let's go to the next question. So guys, 7 July को जो batch start हो रही है, I want everybody to attend it without fail. Use the code Ritu MBA Excellence Batch 1.0 for CAT 2021. I want every single one of you to be a part of this. So if you've not yet taken your Plus subscription, what are you waiting for, guys? Come on, use the Ask a Doubt feature. आपकी कोई भी डाउट हो गाइस, आप उसका स्क्रीनशॉट क्लिक कर सकते हो, उसको अपलोड कर सकते हो, and you will get a real time solution. Come on, next question on your screens. Come on, everyone. try and build those crucial links, subsets बनाओ, language पे rely करो. Okay, चलो guys, इस question को analyze करते हैं. We have learned to manufacture high quality drugs that are exported to the rest of the globe, and estimated 20% of generic drugs supplied globally are produced in India. Positive. We built an extensive, sophisticated system to deliver multiple doses of polio vaccine to every child in the vast country, eradicating the disease. Positive. Health outcomes can improve further, and out-of-pocket expenses on health can reduce to better protect citizens from financial risk. Can improve. Future. Nationwide, our infant and maternal mortality rates have declined by more than 1/3. Positive, and something which has already happened. Over the last decade, India has made noteworthy strides in health. Now guys, I'm sure all of you will agree that 5 is going to be the opener because it talks about the context. What is the context here? India. ठीक है, हम इंडिया का पॉजिटिव जो हमने हेल्थ में जो एडवांसमेंट्स मेक किए हैं over the last decade, focus on this past. Correct? This is what the focus is on. Now if you analyze this guys, 1 talks about what we have learned in terms of in the medical sector. 2 talks about what we have done or what we have learned or what noteworthy stride we have made. 4 talks about again a noteworthy stride that we have made in the healthcare sector. So अगर हम यहाँ पे देखें, so 1, 2 and 4, not necessarily in that order, but 1, 2 and 4 talks about, and it's related to the theme of the passage, or over the last decade what have we done. Now इसके बाद आएगा 3 के health outcomes can improve further. But which is going to be your odd one out then? It is going to be a case of last one out. Okay, this is a part of the same article but not necessarily a part of the same paragraph. ये last one out का case हो जाता है because the theme talks about what we have done over the last decade. Did all of you understand this guys? I hope this is clear. Okay, let's try a different question types guys. Come on everyone. चलो और क्वेश्चन टाइप्स पे फोकस करते हैं. अब लेट मी पिक अ गुड क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. 1 मिनट गाइस, देखते हैं कि कौन सा क्वेश्चन हम लोग अभी ट्राई कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन से करते हैं. कम ऑन, लेट्स ट्राई दिस क्वेश्चन. Odd one out guys, I hope you're picking up, wealth of questions guys in front of us. Don't forget to attend the special classes every day at 8 p.m. Guys, without fail, take the Plus subscription. Attend the YouTube sessions live daily at 5 p.m. इतने सारे avenues हैं आपके पास Unacademy के तरफ से, उसको completely utilize करो. Come on everyone. Come on. Understand the theme of the passage. Okay, now guys, हमको इस पैसेज का थीम समझना जरूरी है. Listen to this. While narratives on the freedom struggle varyingly interpreted the British rule over India as negative, enduring, or unconstitutional, none could substantively analyze how India came under British subjugation. How did India come under the British rule? Okay, now one major zone of national operational activity that separated the not so integrated Bharatvarsha of you're talking about, during this century probably, या past में, क्यों, why did we come under the British subjugation? मतलब ऐसे क्या था कि we came under the British rule. Not so integrated Bharatvarsha of yore, और जो British rulers थे, जो ब्रिटिश इंपीरियलिस्ट थे, the basic difference between the two was the generation, accumulation and utilization of intelligence in national endeavors. Utilization of intelligence in national endeavors. ठीक है, so now what does this mean? Means they had this capability, we did not have this capability at that time. Countries like Britain and France, both colonists, both imperialists, had an advantage over the rest of the world in their mastery over the intelligence arena, their utilization of intelligence. Britain mastered the Asian continent and France the African. Again, this relates to Britain and this relates to France. Because they had this intelligence arena, they ended up mastering, Britain mastered the Asian continent, France mastered the African continent. France partially, but Britain, and thus succeeded in colonizing India. End of the story. End of this particular story. The story begins with 3. How India came under British subjugation. The explanation starts with 5. It says that what was different between us at that point of time and Britain was the utilization of the intelligence arenas. So 5. फिर ये बताता है कि फ्रांस एंड ब्रिटेन हाउ दे सक्सीडेड इन colonizing Asia, Africa, and succeeded in colonizing India. So 3, 5, 4, 2. That becomes a link. India rarely had any intelligence paradigms to refer to or fall back upon to strengthen its maritime and territorial boundaries. Guys, you will feel that yes, this talks about any intelligence paradigms, didn't have, we could not strengthen. Looks related to the theme, right? Now let's use that friends वाला Phoebe analogy. देखो guys, 4 और 2 को हम लोग eliminate, 4 को eliminate कर देंगे तो 2 नहीं बैठेगा, 2 को eliminate कर देंगे तो 4 नहीं बैठेगा. Both talk about how Britain and France and then succeeded in colonizing India. So 4-2 is definitely going to be a pair. 3 is basically the theme. It tells us the introduction ki why has the author written the passage, what is the crucial question that the author is trying to answer with the help of this passage. And 5 begins to answer this question. तो अब हम निकालेंगे क्या guys? अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि that was different between the Bharatvarsha of yore and British imperialists, that means that they had the intelligence but we did not have at that time the intelligence paradigm. This in a way is understood and it is the least consequential statement and that is why this becomes our odd one out. 4 और 2 को हम लोग नहीं निकाल सकते हैं, 3 को भी नहीं निकाल सकते, 5 को भी नहीं निकाल सकते, तो फिर निकलेगा क्या? निकलेगा 1. Clear guys? So this is the beginning of the story, 3 is the beginning of the story, 2 is the conclusion of the story and 5-4 is the explanation. Clear guys? Come on, let's go to the next question. चलो एक दूसरा question try करते हैं. Come on, let's try this one out. Come on everyone. I hope you're understanding and I hope you're able to build these crucial links. कोई भी doubts हो guys, Telegram group पे डाल दो, Unacademy_Ritu Dudhoria. Be an active part of the Telegram group. Okay, now let's understand the theme of the passage. Okay guys, अगर हम ये देखेंगे modern cartography. What is cartography guys? Cartography is map making and the study of maps began to emerge in the 16th century as an instrument of power for the rulers. ये बता रहा है कि मैप मेकिंग शुरू कहाँ से हुई, स्टडी ऑफ मैप शुरू कहाँ से हुई. So this talks about the 16th century, correct? It talks about the 16th century. But it was in the 20th century with all its wars and revolutions and upheavals that maps became truly democratized. तो maps का full usage शुरू होने लग गया. Everybody started using maps. So अगर हम देखें guys, तो it's basically talking about when and how did maps come into use or what really contributed for maps or cartography to evolve. World wars required maps to be produced by the million. Civilian life, the spread of the motor car along with the growing influence that allowed people to travel expanded the private market. So this is again saying कि maps required क्यों होने लग गए. In rich countries, near universal education and teaching ensured that people could make sense of them. People started using them. People started making sense of them. Technology change के कारण, wars के कारण, revolutions के कारण, upheavals के कारण, motor car के कारण, travel के कारण, education के कारण, teaching के कारण. So all of this talks about how this practice came into being. But look at one. In the past few decades, the digital revolution has utterly transformed map making. Maps can now capture and reflect the constant change taking place in the real world. Could be a part of the same article, but not a part of the same para. This talks about the digital revolution. But the others talk about the primitive reasons, या the basic reasons, या step-by-step evolution कि maps popular क्यों हुए and how did maps come into being. It starts from, charting from the 16th century, and then it starts from the 20th century, and it talks about the world wars, and then it talks about, education ka spread and teaching and all of that. But this talks about the past few decades. So you're talking about the 21st century here. Okay, but these are all centered around the past. This is centered around the present, and it's centered around the digital revolution. This is definitely a line from the same article, but could, from a different paragraph. इसीलिए जो है हमारा odd one out हो जाएगा यहाँ पे 1. Okay, I hope this is clear guys. Come on, let's go to the next passage. Come on everyone, try this out. I hope all of you are learning. I hope all of you are picking up the strategies and the methods on how to go about this. I hope आप सबको समझ में आ रहा है, and if it is, please remember to press the like, share and subscribe button. Come on everyone, try this out. Analyze the question everyone. Okay, let's see this. First one. The frightening name, however, only came several centuries after its visitation and was probably a mistranslation of the Latin word atra, meaning both terrible and black. Cannot be your opener. The Black Death was an epidemic of bubonic plague, a disease caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis that circulates among wild rodents where they live. ये हमारा opening sentence हो सकता है. Okay, the disastrous mortal disease known as the Black Death spread across Europe in the years 1346 and 53. This can also be your opening sentence. And guys, if we analyze these two or three को analyze करें, 3 is a better opening sentence because it introduces known as Black Death. Before you just mention Black Death, known as Black Death. So 3 is a better opener than 2 is. So 2 को eliminate कर देंगे opener के choice से. In Florence, the great Renaissance poet Petrarch was sure that they would not be believed. Oh happy posterity who will not experience such abysmal woe and will look upon our testimony as a fable. My God, guys, kitna ironic statement hai ye. You know what Petrarch wants to say? Oh, happy posterity. What is the meaning of posterity? Posterity means the future generations which are to come. He says, you know, the future generations, जो हमारे descendants होंगे, you know, the children and the offspring will not experience such an abysmal woe, will not experience such abysmal suffering, will not experience such an abysmal disease, such a terrible disease, and वो हमारी you know they will not believe कि ऐसे कुछ हुआ था और उनको लगेगा कि ये फेबल है, ये एक स्टोरी है या एक कहानी है. Seems so ironic na in today's situation, but okay. Chronicles and letters from the time describe the terror wrought by the illness or the kind of suffering that the illness had caused. ठीक है, अब हम इसको एनालाइज करेंगे गाइस. तो हमको यहाँ पे दिखेगा कि लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस. नाउ आई विल आस्क यू वन क्वेश्चन. आपको इस पैसेज का सोर्स क्या लग रहा है और आपको इस पैसेज का राइटर क्या लग रहा है, or what do you think is the theme of the passage? Is it to explain the biological biological components या biology explain करना है? Is it about to explain the scientific angle of the disease, or to talk about how ऐसे कोई बुरा चीज आया था और हम लोग कोई विश्वास नहीं करेगा कि ऐसे हुआ था and all of that. Okay, so now guys, I want you to look into this a little carefully. The Black Death was an epidemic of bubonic plague, a disease caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis that circulates among wild rodents where they live. This is completely scientific. अगर हम बोल रहे हैं कि it was caused by, then why did it spread? फिर कैसे spread हुआ? Treatment, you will move into the scientific angle. But does the author move into the scientific angle? No. He starts with 3. It talks about a disastrous mortal disease called Black Death which spread across Europe. Okay, now ये Black Death नाम कहाँ से पड़ा? 3-1. The frightening name, however, only came centuries after its visitation. It visited in 1346 and 53, but this term Black Death was coined after that. Several centuries later, उसको coin किया गया था कि देखो इसका नाम Black Death है. ठीक है? Now, फिर guys, it बहुत ज़्यादा terror create किया था. It was a mortal disease. बहुत. And there are a lot of letters from the time describe the terror. पर ये letters को या ये accounts को, ये sure that they, what is this they? They would not be believed. What would not be believed? These chronicles and letters would not be believed. Why wouldn't people believe them? Why wouldn't people believe them? Because, हमको नहीं लगेगा कि अरे ऐसे कुछ हो भी सकता था. It will look like, fable to us. It will look like, something that I think, this is something that we will think 100 साल बाद, अरे, सोचेंगे कि 2019 में क्या आया था, so people would probably think that that's just a fable. So अगर हम देखें guys, the passage is not from the scientific angle. ठीक है, अब हम इसको एनालाइज करें तो 1 जो है 2 हमारा odd one out हो जाता है. I'll repeat this. 3 definitely is our opener. Correct? Now it spread in 1346 and 53, but centuries after its visitation. ये देखो 3 और 1 का लिंक है. It talks about when it visited, and centuries after its visitation it was called Black Death. Okay, known as Black Death. This also talks about the name. Why was it known as Black Death? So 3 and 1 form an inseparable pair. Now, sure that they would not be believed. They over here refers to chronicles and letters. The accounts or the chronicles or the letters or the records would not be believed. So 4 and 2 का link हो जाएगा and you cannot separate them. Which statement is independent? Which statement is inconsistent with the theme? Which statement does not look like it's a part of the same article? 2. So that is why guys हम जो है 2 जो है वो हमारा odd one out हो जाएगा. I hope all of you understood this. So guys, we have tried to include different types of strategies and techniques ताकि आपको exactly समझ में आ जाए कि इन questions को attempt कैसे करना है. Because there are 8 bases and we have to be thorough about all the 8 bases. Come on, let's take up one last question guys. आज के लिए एक last question ले लेते हैं. Try this out everyone. Facet, dimension, face, aspect. Very important guys to understand what is the purpose or the nature or the structure of the passage. Purpose, nature or structure. Okay, now guys, come on, let's analyze this. Let's start with 5. In June 2015, Keith Murnaghan received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the International Association of Conflict Management. At this ceremony, 4 speakers provided some commentary about what it is like to both collaborate with and be friends with Keith. So it was more personal in nature. Some references were made to Keith's research, but most of the commentary that these people made, were more personal in nature. On the request of the chairperson, Keith's former professor concluded the ceremony. ये जो पूरा का पूरा passage है ना guys, the focus is on the ceremony June 2015 में. ये सेरेमनी हुई थी, ये कमेंट्री किए थे, सेरेमनी में किसने आके क्या बोला, किसने सेरेमनी को कंक्लूड किया, एंड द एंटायर ऑल दीज 4 sentences are written in simple past tense. All the 4 sentences are written in simple past tense. Keith has addressed issues, has addressed, not addressed, has addressed issues of diversity within organizational groups by discussing previous approaches, introducing a new variable. Now what Keith has done, this definitely a part of the same article, because it could be why he is given the Lifetime Achievement Award. This could be one of those reasons of, because of the significance of his work. But is this a part of the same para? No, because the purpose or the nature or the emphasis of this paragraph is more to describe the ceremony. कि ये सेरेमनी हुई थी जून 2015 में. इस सेरेमनी में 4 लोग आके बोले थे, उन लोग बिकॉज दे वर मोर ऑफ फ्रेंड्स विद कीथ, देयर कमेंट्री वाज मोर पर्सनल इन नेचर. और उस सेरेमनी को कंक्लूड किसने किया था? Keith's contribution to the field of conflict management. Okay, that's why he got the Lifetime Achievement Award. This becomes too specific. Addressed issues. Where did he address these issues? Okay, tense भी यहाँ पे match नहीं होता है. So that is why guys, 1 is our odd one out, and the remaining sentences can be arranged in the order 5, 2, 3, 4. Right guys, I hope all of you have really benefited from these questions. You've understood the approach. I've tried to include varied types of questions. एक हमने देखा था last one out, but mainly guys theme को पकड़ो. ये para क्यों लिखा है? Not ये article. ये statement first वाला definitely इस article का part हो सकता है. But is it a part of the same paragraph? Does it follow the same structure as the remaining sentences? Can we build links? क्या ये link बना सकते हो आप किसी से? नहीं, ये independent है. This is an independent statement. So that is why 1 becomes our odd one out. So it's very, very crucial to keep all of these 8 bases in mind and try out the questions. ये PDF guys मैं group पे डाल दूंगी, Unacademy_Ritu Dudhoria. आप इसको try करना. We will try and take up these questions in our classes. और आपके कोई भी doubts हो इस recorded session के बाद, आप definitely comment section पे डालो, आप definitely group पे डालो, or you can ask me during the special classes plus classes YouTube sessions. Always available guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe the video. Attend the daily sessions, daily 5 PM live. Guys, Combat, 4 days to go for Combat. Every Sunday 12 noon. Just use the code RITUMBA to enroll. You can win scholarships to your Plus subscription. Guys, what is Combat? Combat is a 1-hour test. This 1-hour test में you're tested on the 3 sections: the VARC section, the LRDI section and the quantitative aptitude section. 10 questions आपको हर section से मिलते हैं. उन 10 questions को guys अगर आप आंसर अच्छे से करोगे, आपको रैंक मिलेगा, तो you will get scholarship on your Plus subscription. Okay, and guys, this is a golden opportunity because right now it's very crucial to take the Plus subscription. If you haven't already done so, please take the Combat real soon and use the code RITUMBA while doing that. Take the iconic subscription. You get a personal mentor who are top graduates from B schools. Graduates from top B schools, आपको personal mentorship मिलती है, test analysis and reports, OMETs preparation and all the benefits of Plus included. Because I want to see your face on this wall. मुझे आपका चेहरा इस वॉल पे देखना है. जब मैं ये PPT या जब मैं ये ऐसी PPT अगले साल दिखाऊंगी, तब मुझे अचीवर्स के वॉल पे आपका चेहरा चाहिए. तो इसीलिए गाइस आपको प्लस का सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना इंपॉर्टेंट है. यूज द कोड RITUMBA. नो अदर कोड्स गाइस. रितु मेरा नाम है, MBA हमारा गोल है. डोंट फॉरगेट टू प्रेस द लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब बटन. See you in our daily lives every day at 5 PM. Okay, take care everyone. Like, share and subscribe. Bye bye and have a good day.